good afternoon, everybody. Zipporah Banye here with Miss London Wilson. As promised, we're coming to do a quantum wellness uh, interview. You know, we've already seen a couple of people have seen my posts lately on my timeline where I've been talking about this amazing quantum wellness technology and how beneficial it's been to me. But I wanted to share somebody else's story because most people know that my story was more energetic, but lots of people are receiving benefits from this wellness on a physical level. You know, they're being relieved from things like pain. People are experiencing weight loss. People are stopping smoking. I mean, it just has so many different health benefits, and I wanted to share somebody else's story that could help someone else. So um, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, Miss London Wilson, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your life was like and, you know, what you were experiencing before you tapped into this quantum wellness technology?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me on. So about 3 years ago, I was in a terrible accident, and the accident caused me to have neck injury, which in turn, they found out that I had no bone in the C3 through C6 area of my neck. So I basically had no support that was holding my head up, and it was causing me to have excruciating headaches, also a lot of pain in my neck, in my head, as well as my all the way down to my right leg. And so I couldn't move. I couldn't get up in the mornings. I couldn't do anything, and it had gotten so bad to the point where I couldn't even go to work. So to go down the line here, I finally end up having to have a surgery where they repaired it through C3 through C6 level. But then they found out it was another level that was down, which was the C7, that also had some damage. They didn't fix it then, so I had to come back and have a second surgery because I was still having so much nerve pain that I couldn't even walk. So after I had the surgeries, the nerve pain was not easing up. And so it was actually getting worse. And I was still using a walker some months later after having the surgery when I should have been able to walk on my own. So they had to go back in again. And that's when they found out that my hip was deteriorating and that I was having a lot of deterioration going on in my bone. It started from my neck and went all the way down to my hip bone. So they had to go in. I had another surgery done last year. Well, I'm sorry, earlier this year in January for hip surgery for the deterioration. And they had to replace my hip, my left hip. So throughout all of this, I was still in a lot of pain. They were giving me injections. They were giving me steroids. They were giving me, excuse me, all type of medication to try to ease the pain, including muscle relaxers. All of that was doing nothing but just adding additional problems. And then it caused more serious issues like my liver. The levels of my liver was abnormal. And so they had to send me to get help for my liver as well. Well, I got tired and frustrated of having to take a lot of pills, to continue to do a lot of shots, and also to take therapy. I was going to weeks and weeks of therapy, and I was still not seeing the relief that I wanted or needed so that I could continue to go back to work and to just function on a daily basis. So I knew that there was something out there for me. I just didn't know what it was. So I ended up calling my practitioner, and she has suggested that I try holistic therapy, that I start meditating and see if that would help to slow the process down. They said there was no cure for the deterioration, but hopefully they would be able to slow it down. So my friend Zipporah here
Mhm.
She didn't know anything about me. She didn't know anything about my story or what I was going through. She came to me and shared her story and told me how this technology that she had found had really helped her. And she wanted to know if I would be interested in just trying it. At this point, prior to me talking to Zipporah, um, my doctor had just told me a day or two before that that the only thing that they could do for me, because my bone is still deteriorating, was to give me another shot, another injection in the L5 nerve, or either I would have to have surgery. And I just didn't want that. I felt like it was still something else out there that could help me to ease the pain and slow the process down to help my bones to heal. So I tried the technology, the limbic art technology, and the first night that I tried it, it just was, oh my goodness, I can't really explain it. I was just so relieved and happy because um, I thought maybe at first that I had repositioned myself, that I was feeling too good and maybe I had moved in a better position, but that wasn't it. When I got up the next morning after having a having a wonderful restful evening, um, I was able to jump up out of bed and I was able to just start my morning without having to hold my bedpost. And I was able to kneel down and say my prayer. I hadn't been able to do that in months because I would either have to have my sons to come and lift me up, or either I would have to hold on to my bedpost to lift myself up. So I was just so excited that I didn't have to hold on to anything. I was able just to get down and get up, and I didn't have any back pain. So I was just so excited about it. I didn't know what to do. And as I kept using it, and it's only been 7 days. So
Wow.
as I kept using it, my back just kept feeling better. And I have been able to walk more. I've been able to do my house chores again without having to stop every 5 minutes. So it's been wonderful, wonderful to have the relief that I've been looking for years.
Wow, that's an amazing testimonial. I'm so grateful that you're experiencing relief, especially like you said, years of dealing with pain and chronic pain and inflammation. And first and foremost, kudos to your doctor for actually coming to you and suggesting holistic ways of healing, because a lot of doctors don't do that. So definitely that's a special doctor that you have there to even suggest that. And then I'm just amazed, like I said, every time I hear your story, I hear something different. And I'm amazed that right before you experienced this technology, the suggestion was either surgery or another shot, nothing that was really going to relieve the quality of life. And so I'm so grateful that that we connected, even though we connected long before then, I still feel like it was a divine thing where we were placed in each other's lives. And it was able to start creating so much relief for you in such a short period of time. You have an amazing story. You're absolutely a strong spirit. I've got to say that anybody that can endure some of the things that you've endured and still be here to tell people about it, I truly feel that you're going to help a lot of people with this technology and this wellness. There's a lot of people with a story similar to yours, because you can't help but to have compassion when you've experienced pain on your level. You know what it's like to, like you said, even the simple things of life, being able to clean up your house or walk around the block. We take those for granted, those types of things for granted when we're healthy and we're not experiencing pain. But it means the world to people like you and so many other people out there in the world. So I'm so grateful that you have gotten and tapped into this quantum wellness. For those who want to know more about, hear other people's testimonials or see how this technology is working, it's an actual web-based app that taps into the limbic art part of your brain. And it, gives from there, it gives your body and your energy field whatever proprietary nutrients or herbs that you may need. And it's voice activated, so it's very is very unique to each individual. And as you can see, London was able to get specific nutrients for her body that was able to relieve her inflammation and pain. So if you want to know more about this, you can contact myself or London. We'd be more than glad to get you on one of our nightly Zoom calls, Monday through Friday, every single night. During the week, we have a Zoom call with other members' testimonials, as well as information on how and why this technology works. And so that is going to be every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, and 5 Central. But I'll make sure that I put the link down in the comments, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted as to when we're having these webinars and these Zooms. So thank you once again, London, for joining me. And we made it through the technological difficulties. And just keep sharing your story. And I definitely want to keep following you, because I know that the sky's the limit for you and things will just get better and better for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. No problem.